Hi everyone, Carol Ann, Queen of Scraps. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it's helpful for you. This is just a very simple mini album that we made in class this week. I haven't embellished it yet, but just to show you how to do the basic design. And we've got a little ribbon closure on it, and you can see I'm using this beautiful Flight and Airy DSP, which is a celebration special and only available till the end of this month. So let me know if you want to get this paper, because it'd be awful to miss out. It's very pretty. So you can see it's just a little mini album. We've got a couple of pockets that we can slip photos and memorabilia in, and we've got places to pop photos, and then we just tie it up. So I thought I'd show you how to make the basis of the mini album. And it's quite simple, but it's one of those things that you can mess up if you're directionally challenged, like I am. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to, first thing you want to do is you want to line it up. Doesn't matter which way round, obviously, because it's a square. And I'm using a really old paper because this is part of my blast from the past. So I'm scoring this in the middle, and that's at 5.25 or 15.25 centimeters. And I'm going to now turn it around and cut it at the same measurement. So it's going to be cut in quarters. So this piece that's just got one score on it, we're just putting it to one side. The second piece, I'm going to now open up this. Actually, I probably don't need to open it up. I want to actually score it at 16, which is really right on this crease here. I'll just score that now. So we're going to have two score lines, one in the middle and one just a little bit apart from it. Can you see that? Right, so we've got those cut, and that's the trimmer out of the way now. So we're just going to burnish these score lines. So this piece that's just got the one score line is going to be on the left hand side, and this one, which is the one that's got a lot of shadows there, I'm sorry to say. But hopefully you can see that there's two lines there. So I'm just going to burnish both of those. In trouble, I didn't quite score that one enough. Maybe you can do it from here, I think. Oh, no, I think I need to score that one. Didn't do it quite deeply enough. So that must have been the second one, which is right on that spot there. Oh dear, I think I might have done it in the wrong place. Don't do what I did. This one. We're going to have an extra score mark there. Okay, it wasn't that one. It was actually the 15.25 one that's actually wasn't scored firmly enough. Anyway, we'll give that one a bit more of a score. So these are our two lines. Okay. So you can see that one there. So this side here is a square, and then because and that's the midpoint. That's the midpoint score there, and then we did the second score, and this makes the gusset, so there's a bit of depth in the album to allow space for the things we're going to put in it. So this is the piece we keep on the left hand side. This is the piece we're going to have on with the one score is on the right hand side, and we are going to overlap these. So what we want is this edge here needs to line up with the second of those scores. So I'm folding that over, and I'm going to just flip it and put some adhesive on there, and then I'm just going to line that up right on the edge. We don't want it overlapping the edge, and we don't want it underlapping the edge. And just check that everything's straight in here. Might need a little bit of a wiggle to straighten it up. So now we've got our gusset here, and we have got a join here, but the 15.25 point is actually going to be here on this second score, but this bit where the join is we'll cover up with our DSP. Okay, so that's the basis of the album. It's just this sheet of 12 by 12 that we've scored and then cut in half, and it's going to flap over like that and make the album. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to do the pockets as well. So I'm using this is such an old DSP. It was part of a scrapbook bundle. It came with papers and stickers and cardstock, and it's been sitting in my stash for far too long, so I think it's the next one up for finishing. So this is the middle one is the only slightly tricky one, because I've cut this so there's going to be a border on all four sides, but this join here is not the halfway point. It's not the point we want to line up with. We actually want to line it up with the score there. So we're just going to pop that in place, and I've got another piece that I've already cut. So it's best if you decorate all the inside first, because when we come to do the next bit, we're going to be adding some mats for the bits that are going to be coming up next. Okay, so we're just lining these up. I think I might just, it's got a little bit of a mark on it. I'm going to do it this way. So yes, I think this is actually not from the same suite, but it's the same colorway, so I'm going to use that. So I know the colors in this, as I say, I haven't been able to work out what this DSP actually is, but it is, it uses Kiwi Kiss, which is retired, and I think it's Pink Pirouette, which is retired, and the red is Riding Hood Red. So most of the colours of this are retired, but luckily I actually had some, when I went through my stash of old stuff, I did find some DSP that would work here. So that's doing the inside, and now we want to do a couple of pockets. So I've got my DSP and I've got my cardstock, which is cut a little larger. I could use either side here. I think we'll use this one here. And we're just sticking this on here. Now, one of the things I am going to use with this, because this old set comes with stickers, so I'm going to be using some of the stickers to embellish this. Now, what I'm going to be doing with this, I want to make this into a vertical pocket, and to do that I'm just using my fine tip glue so I get a nice fine edge, and I'm going to just, oopsie, make it finer than that, I think. Carol Ann, let's try and make this a little bit more even. Ooh, definitely not doing very well today with trying to be even. Okay, might have got a bit of glue where I shouldn't. Situation normal. So we've got three sides, and this is the open side. So we're just going to line that up with the paper underneath. Give it a little tiny pinch, oopsie, not that much, a little tiny pinch here. So, and that can help give a little bit more space here. So if you just sort of pinch that together a tiny bit, and then you get a little blip there. So you've got a bit more space to put things in your pocket. So one pocket there, we're going to put another pocket here. I'm going to show you the next bit where we're going to add on the ribbon that's going to be for closing it. Right, so I've got this old paper ribbon. I think this is not actually quite the same. It would work though. This is pretty in pink. I'm pretty sure this is pink pirouette. There were a few pinks back at that time. I do have a little bit of ribbon that is actually Riding Hood red, and I've used this to tie a package, so it might be a little bit, might need a little ironing once I've got it stuck down. And I think I worked out I need about 35 centimetres. We don't want to make it too small. Maybe I'll just cut this in half because I can always trim it down later. When you're using a thicker ribbon like this, it takes more length to tie a bow. Okay, so we're going to want, this is going to be the front, and we're going to want some ribbon coming out this way so we can tie it. And what I'm going to use, I like to use tape for this because it's a dry adhesive, and my tape is, I might have to use this one. Get things out for a class yesterday and put everything away. So you can use your Stampin' Seal or you can use your tear and tape. Both of those things will work really well here, especially if they're coming out a bit more evenly. Anyway, that will be enough to hold it in place. We're going to be sticking something over top of this as well. So I'm just going to put that one on there to hold it in place. And the other one, it's kind of a little counterintuitive, but once this is, you're going to fold the right side in, you're going to fold that bit down. So if you're going to have a ribbon to close it, it's going to have to come from this side. It's going to be coming out this way on the fold here. So when you're ready to do the back ribbon, just fold up that that right hand side, and we want it to come out by the fold. So let's just get some, this is getting a bit gummed up, I'm afraid. So it's not sticking as well as it might, but we're going to work with that. So we've got the ribbon, so we'll be able to tie it together. I'm just approximately putting it in the middle. And then what we want to do is we do want to, I like to mat this one because having an extra layer on here helps hide any bulk from the ribbon, because you often do get a bit of extra bulk. So again, in my secret stash, I was lucky enough to find some Riding Hood red in big enough bits that I can actually make a mat to go on here. So I'm just going to put that on top. And didn't have enough of this paper. That's what happens sometimes when you're making do. So this is where I'm going to stick this down. Do I want that one? Maybe I should have that one. Maybe a bit of a contrast. Let's put that one down that way. So this next bit is cut so that's just going to have a nice mat. But I haven't had quite enough. I'm going to overlap this a teeny bit. But I've got, you could put ribbon on here, in fact, there's a little to cover the join, or just a strip of DSP, that also would work. But because I've got this rather vintage set, I'll show you what I've got, what came with it. What came with it, as well as the paper and the DSP, we got some stickers, and we got some more stickers, and then we've actually got 2 of each of those sheets, so these are, and then we also got some borders. So I'm going to use one of these borders, I might even use 2 of these borders to pop on here and cover it up. To be fair, I probably should have put them on before I stuck it down there, but I didn't. So we'll use this nice wide one here. So I'm going to peel that off. It's a cardstock sticker, and I'm just going to pop it down nice and evenly, and I'll just need to trim that with my scissors as neatly as possible. These ones will do. Great. And this remainder piece can just go back on here. Oh, maybe put it down a little bit so I can use that somewhere else, maybe on a pocket. And it's just a nice little accent that's going to tie those colours together. So this is going to be the front cover, and we're going to do a similar thing here. Obviously, to close up our album, we're just going to be able to tie our ribbon in a bow. So you can personalise this as much as you want. I've got all these lovely stickers to do something with, and when I've got it all put together, I'll share that with you. So when you've got your album complete, you're going to have space to put photos. You could put a 4x4 one here, or a 5x3.5, I think is another standard one. We've got a whole space here and here, although I'm actually going to put another pocket in here. So I hope that gives you some ideas. I'm going to decorate mine up when I have a moment with some of these stickers. But if you don't have stickers, which you probably won't, you can also just do stamped and die cut images. So yeah, we'll see what we can make of this. Some of these will be for little titles and journaling blocks, and they do have some sort of romance themes. So this could be nice for friendship, or I guess you could make it into a little Valentine's card even, and or a wedding one. So there's some really great things you could do with this. The other colour I haven't used, actually, I almost forgot about it, is this brown, and I'm pretty sure this brown is the chocolate chip, which again is retired. So I think pretty much all these colours are retired, but I've managed to get something that's going to work and will be a nice little album when it's complete. Hope that helps.